Hello everyone, welcome to Code Escuela, and we're back to our series Excel to Blazor series wherein we are going to replicate an Excel template, in this case a personal monthly budget Excel template, into a Blazor application. So back from where we left off, this has been our application so far. So we have already moved each of the budget items data from uh, in-memory dictionary into a actual SQL database. In this case, we are using SQLite with EF Core. Okay, so now we have each of the individual pages, group of budget items still working fine, although the implementation is already or has already been changed. And so, yeah, let's continue. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you get updated with our latest videos. And so let's proceed. So right now, this is what our budget service class looks like. So now we have moved everything uh, into our SQLite via EF Core. And now what we would do is, instead of having each of those individual groups as a single page, we will just have a single page that would uh, store all of those budget items, and it's being grouped by a single uh, control. Okay, so how do we do that? So now let's add a, let's see, let's just add a new component here. Let's name this budget items. Right, so let me switch here. Okay, now we have our budget items. Let's just add uh, directive budget items. Right, now this is where we will place uh, our single page wherein we can select different categories, and then it will just show up all of its items under that category. So let's just test this out first. Let's add a link. So instead of all of these, let's move, let's add a new link here. Okay, link would be budget items. Now, for the rest of these links, let's just comment this out for the moment. Okay, then let's try running just to make sure that our page loads. Okay, let me pull up the application here. So now we only have one page, and this is budget items. Okay, something seems to, budget items. Let's see. Ah, yeah, here you go. Click budget items. Okay, page seems to be working. Let's add a title. Budget items. Okay, now uh, our database structure or data currently looks like this. So now we have from our migration wherein we added seed data, and then yeah, each of those budget items would have a category. So uh, you might be thinking that yeah, we could turn this into a one-to-many relationship, but for now let's just set this as this one. So this would be some sort of like an unnormalized database structure. Okay, or denormalized would be the correct term. Okay, so let's add a set of uh, data for having our categories, so that uh, we can have like a drop down where you can select the category, and then from after selecting a category, it would load up the items under it. Okay, so we could do is add a select. What would be the best? Let's just stop this for a moment. Let's bring up our browser. Okay, strap here. What would be navigation bar? Just add a div on top, and then let's add a drop down. Okay, have this. Let's just copy this one. So let's just hard code our categories for the moment. Let's add so let's add housing categories, payment, transportation, insurance, access, savings or investments. That's actions, actions. So now we have that. Next is set this. Okay, now let's check if there's a way for us to bind forms. Input file. We have this. So let's select. Sorry. Okay, there's an example here. Input select. Okay. Find the value. Checked. Select. Okay. Multiple option selection with the select component. About this one. Let's use input select. Select loop. Shh. String. Okay. So option. Let's remove this. We don't should be using drop downs. Forms. Form select. We should this one. Where are we doing drop down? As form select. Select. Let's remove this. We want this one. Let's format this a bit. Okay. Okay. Let's try running this. Right, budget items. Error occurred. So what happened? Let's check our console. Circuit closed. Cannot access this post object. Exception rendering component. So select bind value. Okay, category. Bind. It's raining again. Let's try again. Okay, now we have our selection of uh, categories. Now let's bind this option. Bind on. Let's see if we have on selection change on change the items. Have not done yet. Let's add the generate this one. Yep, it's a good thing that we have already since. Okay, let's try solve selected value would be. Let's add in option value is empty. Okay, see at our console, see if it changes. So it doesn't seem to where the method. Now I think I can, as far as I can remember, it's quickly uh, event handling have change, check changed. So what's the API for this one? Select. Ah, okay. So it's value changed. Let's try this one. Instead of that, we changed. Let's see, it's complaining. The component parameter is used by parameter must be unique. gets or sets a callback that updates the bound value. Hmm. So that we doing this. So what is passed here? Let's see. This requires a value value expression parameter. No, it's provided. Okay. So it's equal. Select. It still requires value for value expression. Value expression. Why am I? Is this a lot more trouble than just Blazor? Select. Sample. Ah. Hmm. Okay. Let's just do a simple select instead of this one. This is too messy. Select. Just bind. Change this one. So if you have on change, we don't need uh, change event marks. Okay. But do we still need to add the bind? Ah, that also is wrong. Okay. Review. So if you're going to do event handling, changed, check change items, school, event outputs value thing. Okay, it's cool. Select. So now we will filter out data. Okay, let's add, stop this. Let's inject our service. Let's move the namespace back here. Uh, Ideally, what would happen is that we would be pulling data. Service the instead of each of these individual properties, we should be like having like a get by category and then pass a selected category some sort, and then we should be getting those values this kind of way. Okay, let's try doing this. So let's add this. Since isn't working again. Okay, let's head to our service. So now we will have to modify this service again. Let's go to this interface. Now what we will have is like this budget item, get budget items. By category. Okay, pass in our filter. So now let's implement in signature. So get budget items by category. So now what we could do is symbol is equal to GTP context, and so we can still use this instead of passing a fixed filter here. Then we can just pass in the category. Okay, then back in our budget items page, let's just change this by category, selected category. Okay, let's try that. Let's try running and let's see if it pulls down the necessary data that we're trying to query. Budget items, select housing. Okay, now we have budget items, then hover over. Okay, now we have 10 counts. Yep, we have all of our data getting pulled correctly. Let's continue. Let's try a different one like entertainment. Yep, there's 9 of items for it. Seems to be good. Name, CDs, movies. Okay, cool. So now, we could do next is uh just let's I always forget to commit these items, so just let's, let's just remove this bit here. We don't do that yet. So uh, the stage next would be jet service. So that service. Yep. So this part. Uh, okay. Since I'm so it's temporarily just copy this implementation. Set. Then let's not include this change. Let's remove this first. Okay, cool. Budget item. Let's remove this first. Let's grab a hold of that. Let's commit this service. Let's change here. This one. Let's add this one. This first. Sequence. So entities added. Seed. station. Budget item. Okay, so now that we have, okay, now we can continue. So I'll just add back this definition, budget service, add one we just removed. Okay, now let's head back to our budget items. Okay, so now next thing we would do is display our uh, data in our table. So let's go for this personal care. We have this. Let's copy this table. Let's paste it here. Have so we have store it somewhere. So budget items, added names. Oop, not entities, but although budget items. Let's name this as budget items. Cool. Now we add the get subtotal function. Let's copy and paste this there. Okay. So let's try running this one. Okay, now let's head to our budget items page. Okay, now we have, okay, since it's still null, so we have to add, okay, should wrap this into a if just inside here. Side and just add else have data found just words. Let's call span it for, okay, let's run this again. Okay, budget items, pool, only if nullable. That be possible? Yeah. Okay. Set this as null. Or we can just quickly initialize. So we won't have any problems of other parts of the code that this is this list. budget items. Yeah, let's add some spacing here. It's a bit close. Margin top. Let's do what that doesn't work. Well, anyways, let's just move on. Housing. Ah, there you go. Have also entertainment, transportation, clothes. We should do it just to make it rows. See how it looks. So smooth. Magenta. Oh, why is the spacing not see? Sure why it isn't. Spacing isn't working. Anyways, we can see that uh, can load up all of these individual items. Although the text or the label for the selected isn't quite uh, correctly formatted, right? We can clean up all of our uh, code by removing those unnecessary things. So first off, each of these up to here, need to do that. Insurance, legals, transportation, that also doing that. Okay, and then navigation. Let's clean this up. Okay, so let's just okay. So things seems to be much better now. Now what we need to do is, let's try running again. Now we need to add some code to save our data whenever we do changes on each of those items. So there could be many ways we could do this. Uh, one thing I can think of simply is to add a save button. So So whenever you do changes, you need to have to save or click that save button for it to get saved. We can do the other one wherein every time you change, it just uh, sort of like an auto save. If you can remember it, like for Microsoft Word or any other apps like in the Microsoft Office, wherein if you set it as auto save, every time you change, it gets saved automatically. That could be a bit more complex. So yeah, I guess we'll just go for the much simpler one where we can add a button here so that any changes that we do, uh, whenever we do a change, we need to explicitly save or click that save button. Okay, seems that our spacing has worked now. Okay, let's just let's remove this padding. Doesn't look good. Changes. So now what we could add is a button. Let's see if what control we can use for that. Of course, we can have a button, but be a much better option. Bar. So you have the Asian bar. You have a some sort of a toolbar. Bar simple. Already have here our nav bar at the top, so we need some sort of a bar. So we don't seem to have that here. Like I think I can remember there was a toolbar for this probably is this one nav bar. Oh, already have gone through that. Responsive behaviors. No, that's not the one. Floating labels input form out. Let's try this. No. Why don't we just try like this one? What's this? What did we use there for the home page? So we have card. Okay, let's just use a card. Add a it is possible. Should we lay out this one? Let's add this. Better if you add a save button right end. Let's try that. Let's add a button save. See how it would look like. Why is it this time it's not showing up? Let's just restart. Okay. Ooh. I totally forgot that it's running on all of the. So let's round this with. Let's go to. Let's move this. Okay. It's not detecting my changes. Hmm. Syntax. Syntax doesn't seem. This layouts contain scripts. Have some bit of a limited option here. Stop this. Then let's run this again. Okay, much better. Filter it out and you can hit the save button whenever we have changes to our data here. So there are quite some functions that we can add this page. First off is we can add another item. So we could let's see, we could try, or maybe we could just add a toolbar at the bottom. We can have add item option, then save, just like that. You add an item, will uh, add another row at the bottom, and you can specify the name, then projected cost and actual cost, then have it save. We could also allow editing of the names directly. So much like this projected and actual cost, you can have that. So yeah, that could be something that we could work on probably in our next episode. So let's just take a break for the moment, and yeah, I'll see you back again in our next episode. I hope you are have not gone bored again on this one. So I think just a quick recap of what we had done this time around. So we have made a much more uh, leaner code since everything has been moved into our database. Data gets saved in there, and then uh, we added our budget service with only a single method here. Okay, so we forgot to clean this up, the rest of the code. Let's remove this. We won't be needing this properties anymore. Let's go back. Okay, so move that. And is this complaining about? Yeah, we also need to clean this up also because this won't be needed anymore. Okay, let's just commit this, clean up this one, save service stage, and then let's also commit this one. Uh, added page for budget items. Okay, so now when we uh, go back and work on this again, now we have a much more uh, cleaner code base, much more simpler one also. Okay, so again, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and yeah, hope to see you soon. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye, everyone.